get our food, so we can start. Yeah. We gonna get out a little bit of everything.
We're in New York
To the bridal shower.
we ever make it. We're trying to make it. We're trying to make it. It feels good to take a break with my family and be here with my family. Yes, it feels good. Look who I found! She's so cute. We're at Toad Style.
Toad Style, vegan takeout.
Vegan takeout. It's so cool. So cute. This is Little Miss Lady's neighborhood. So, Mieko, how do you like it here in Brooklyn?
You know, I love Brooklyn, but I still love California.
Yes.
So,
West Coast forever.
Definitely.
I'm gonna get cheese. It's almond cheese, but it's still cheese. And you guys know my struggle. It's been like some years. I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
You should be. This is not many people get to experience this with me. So listen, this is gonna be
bloating and disgusting feeling after.
No, not at all. This was mine originally, but then I was being a brat and I didn't like it. So she gave it to me and I love it. Why is this on?
I forgot the camera.
You did. Oh, you did.
Did you grab it, Aubrey? Rockaway.
Happy birthday, dear
Oh no, you're good.
Mr. and Mrs. Cowley.
So this week I got a chance to go to New York. The first time I went was actually only about 2 years ago, and it was for like a really long layover, so I didn't get to see any family. I think I was there, I don't even think I was there for 24 hours. But this time I was lucky enough to go with my entire family, and it was just so amazing because some of my family I hadn't seen in actually most of the people there, outside of a few that have been to visit California within the last 2 or so years. I probably hadn't seen in 10, 15 years. Some I hadn't never even met before. So it was just a really beautiful occasion. We were down there for my cousin's wedding, which, oh, Felicia, you looked so beautiful. The wedding was amazing. Just love you. I'm so happy that the whole family got to go down and be with everyone. There's been a lot of different occasions over the last 10 years that myself and my family hadn't been able to make it to. Just, you know, different circumstances, finances. I was in school, and then just, you know, life comes up. But I'm just so happy that for my whole family's sake, mainly for my dad's sake, that we were able to all go out there and be with my family. My dad's side of the family is huge, so to be able to see so many of them all together was such an awesome experience. When we were at my aunt's house where we were staying, one night we just, you know, spontaneously had a bunch of different family over, some of their friends and what have you, and there was a moment where I went inside because I was so overwhelmed emotionally, in a great way. I mean, I know that myself as a person, I get pretty overwhelmed pretty easily, but this time I was overwhelmed with so much love, and just looking around and standing back and looking from a distance, I was just like, wow, like, family is really everything. It's everything. And, you know, it doesn't always mean that you're always going to get along, or that you're always going to see eye to eye, or that you're always going to agree on everything, but it does mean that, you know, you have each other's backs. And to be able to see that was really, really awesome. And it was really overwhelming emotionally. I was just very thankful in that moment, and I was coming from such a place of gratitude, so I just had to kind of take a second and collect myself, because I was just like, all right, girl, go downstairs and enjoy yourself, like, knock off the tears. But I'm glad that I let myself feel it, because it needed to come out, and I'm just so grateful. I'm overwhelmed with thanks, and just so grateful for these last 5 days, what they provided, different cousins and aunts, and just family in general. I was able to talk to, connect with, see, experience, be in their presence, you know, laugh with. Oh my God, we laughed. Let me tell y'all, we laughed so much. It was crazy. I have not laughed that hard in a very long time. I think sometimes when you're, and I've talked about this multiple times, but when you're in the midst of your process, whatever that path may be, it can be hard to remember to laugh and have fun and enjoy yourself and really just be present. Lawrence and I have this conversation all the time. It's something that we're constantly working on, is whenever we're doing something outside of our work, to be present still and to still enjoy it. I think it's something that we both battle with, coming from, you know, with great intentions, because we want to get to where we want to get to, and we're very passionate about what we're doing and the paths that we're on, which is amazing. But it's also easy to get burnt out that way when you're so focused at times, and when you don't allow yourself to ease up and be present in other moments, because you're so hyper focused on getting to where you need to get to. I'm not saying to lose your focus, but I am saying that there is a way to find that harmony between allowing other things in, enjoying other people's space and other people's company and other people's time, while still remaining focused on your goals. I heard a mentor say that it's not always about finding balance, it's about finding harmony. And because there are times in our lives where we're out of balance, and it's necessary, because there's certain times of the year where she was saying that she is so focused, and she's pouring all of her energy for these couple months to get this project done, or to get this done, or to be able to get here for traveling or for work or whatever it may be, and it takes all of her focus. And so at those times, she's out of balance. But it's not a bad thing. It's about finding harmony within where you're at. It's about finding harmony with the people in your life, harmoniously, you know, living with, if you're married or whoever, or whatever is going on with your kids, and still remaining focused, but finding that harmony and not being so quick to say, I'm out of balance, I have to find balance, I have to find balance. It's not always about finding balance. Sometimes you're out of balance for a reason, and it's necessary to get to the next level for the up leveling, excuse me. But it's just about finding that harmony and being harmonious in your living. And I think about it in relation to music, because that's also what I do. And I think about a song, and sometimes the balance is not the same between maybe the different parts, or the different people that are singing. Or I could be singing, you know, backgrounds with someone, and we have a 3-part harmony going, but our voices and our tones are a little bit different, meaning the balance may be a little bit off, so to speak. But if we can still find that harmony, we're still going to produce a beautiful sound, and we can be focused on our part specifically. We can be focused on the tone of our voice and our pitch and how our vocals are presented in that way, and they can be completely different from the person standing next to you singing the other part. But if we're able to find that harmony, then we're good. So it's not always about balance, and that's when it really resonated with me when I thought about it in that way, because here's the thing, life is always going to happen. Always. There's never going to be a time where life is not happening. And I have caught myself, and I've stopped myself from saying life is happening to you, and I've started saying life is happening for you. And I know that's really difficult for us sometimes, because we go through things that are so arduous and things that are so intense, and we're like, God, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to my family? Why are these things happening to me? It's all happening to me. And I've started making a conscious decision to start saying that life is happening for me, and that the things that are happening in my life, whether good or bad, are for me. Because when they're good, we're very quick to say, oh, this is all for me, it's for me, thank God it's for me. But when something maybe not as favorable happens, oh, why is this happening to me? And we're very quick to change our language. And so I'm being very conscious about keeping my language consistent regardless of the situation. And I'm making a conscious effort to do that. And it's really been helping me, because I'm really able to see, okay, God, universe, you have my back. This life is for me. It's not conspiring against me. It's happening for me, no matter the circumstance. And if I can find out what that purpose is in whatever it is that's happening at that moment, you know, I'll be okay. I wrote a post I don't know how long it was, on my Instagram, my business Instagram, and I actually took something that my grandpa had said on a Sunday morning, and it was just that we get confused between the differences between a challenge and a problem, and we name and label everything a problem, and then it becomes a problem. But something isn't only a problem when you don't know the answer. And most of the time, we know the answer. Most of the time, we have the answer. It's within us. It is us. I love the saying that it's not about following your path. It's about knowing that you are the path. And, you know, that answer is in you. So if we stop labeling everything a problem and realizing that, oh, wait, I have the answer. Or if I don't have the answer, I can go to the source that does have the answer and pray on it and meditate on it. And that will be given to me. And I can sit with that, and I can be still with that, and I can be okay with wherever I am at the present moment. Then it's just a challenge. And a challenge is just about me, you know, working through whatever has been presented for me. I don't know, how did we get here? We were talking about family. Anyways, I guess I'll figure it out when I go watch this back. But yes, back to what I was saying, something is only a problem when we don't know the answer. And when we can come to the conclusion that we have the answers, we are the answers, life is happening for us, not to us, not against us. I believe that we'll be so much happier. And it's something, like I said, I'm making a conscious choice about changing my language about life happening for me and not to me, regardless of the circumstance. And it's not easy. I mean, I've shared my story on here about, you know, my health journey and what's gotten me here. But had I not gone through what I went through with my health and what I, you know, currently and still dealing with, I mean, I just got off of a plane and I'm in some pain, y'all, like pretty bad pain. The flight back was pretty intense for me and my body. But if I hadn't gone through that, if I wasn't still working through the challenges that are presented to me at certain times, it's not a problem because I have the answers. I know that if I eat well, I know that if I get enough sleep, I know that if I take the proper supplements, I can manage the pain, I can beat this thing. So it's not a problem. I'm not labeling it a problem anymore. It's a challenge that's been presented to me. Had I not gone through those things, again, if I wasn't still being presented with these challenges, I wouldn't be so passionate about what I do. And it wouldn't mean as much to me. All of those things that have happened, that were presented to me from the time I was 13 years old, dealing with excruciating chronic pain and not knowing whether or not, I was even going to be here at one point in time, because that's what was presented to me. That was the information that was given to me, and that was what I held on to for years, is that my time was limited, my time was short, and that was the story that I lived by for years. But had those things not been presented to me, I guarantee that I would not be doing what I'm doing, not at this moment. So I just continue to remind myself that life is happening for me. It's happening for you. And no matter what you're going through, just remember that God has your back. And these things, we were listening to a song with my cousin this weekend that was on her playlist, and it was a song called Intentional, I believe. And the words, if I can remember, were all things are working for my good. He's intentional, never failing. And that's something that I held on to, and it's so true. All things are working for your good. And if you truly, truly, truly believe that, there is nothing, absolutely nothing that you cannot get through. There's nothing that you can't push through. And seeing my family this weekend reminded me of that, because the love and the support that was there was so immense. And it just reminded me that you're not alone. You're not alone. No matter how isolated you feel, you're not alone. You're absolutely not. Because even if there's no one in your direct circle that you feel can understand you, you're not the only one going through it. You know how many people are on this earth? You're not the only one going through what you're going through, and you won't be the first, you won't be the last, no matter how horrific it is. And I say that with the utmost compassion. No matter how horrific your situation is right now, I still believe that it's happening for you. I absolutely do. So, just remember that, and remember that there's nothing that you cannot work through. You have the answer. You are the answer. And don't forget it. And just stay encouraged and continue through your process, and remember that it's all for you.